Hi, I'm really called to share a very important message with you today. And it's very different from other messages that I ever shared with you. So stay with me. And this message about self-worthiness and our personal boundaries. And this message is very triggering. So it's not something like polished, prepared, something to please the feelings. This is raw, this is real, and this is very honest and very vulnerable and very direct. So if you feel you're not ready for anything like that, you can always stop this video. You can even unsubscribe from my list, right? But I really feel called to be really authentic and raw with you because I want to create rapid transformations. I want to help people who are really crave to change their lives, really crave to have those relationships that they, dream about, that they have this deep longing in their heart. So that is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you and for myself as well, right? And I want to demonstrate you on my personal example how to really create that self-worthiness and set up really firm boundaries so you can have it all, so you can really enjoy yourself and receive love, receive like abundance, money, whatever. That when people come and want to give you things, when you feel ease, when you feel grace walking through life. So be prepared to be triggered. And I will also explain that you can be triggered in different ways, and I will explain why. So I'm gonna share with you a story from my professional work that happened at some point with one of my clients, working with my clients. So it's behind the scenes sharing, and I believe it has huge value. So if you're still listening, I'm really excited, and here's what this story is about. So a while ago, I had a discovery call, private discovery call with one of my potential clients. It was this lady who was following me for a while. She was watching my videos. She was reading my articles, newsletters. And at some point, after a while, she decided to schedule a discovery call with me so we can work together, right? Discovery call is about finding out if I can help her, if I'm the right coach for her. So we jumped in on discovery call, and she shared her story, her relationship story, her life story, her challenges. She shared, whatever was going on now and in previous relationships. I asked her some questions to go deeper, to connect with her on a deeper level. And I also asked her what is her level of commitment. I always ask this question my clients to make sure they're ready to work on themselves. And she says it's like 10 out of 10. Commitment level, 10 out of 10. All right, that's great. So I asked her, okay, can you trust me? Do you feel I'm the right coach for you? Do you feel I can help you? And she said, oh yeah. She said, yeah, moreover, you're the only person I trust right now because I have trust issues. I don't trust men. I don't trust my family. And, I can hardly trust anybody, but I trust you and I believe you can help me. I say, wow, great. That's perfect. All right. So then I told her that I can share a little bit more about my work and what I can offer and what I believe can help her. So I told her about my 3 months program. I believe that, especially in her case, we needed time to work together. We needed time to clear the past wounds, the healed traumas of the past, you know, heartbreaks, some of the childhood material. We had to create a new foundation, new healthy foundation, and it takes time. So at least 3 months. It's even scientifically proved that like average human being needs at least 90 days to create a change, to break the habit and create a new habit. So this is what I recommended, and she said, oh, okay, sounds great. And she, of course, the next question comes up about money and how much it is, and I shared how much it is, and I usually offer pretty good discounts on my on the private calls, the first call. All right, here's she when she starts to back off. Here she starts to lose control, lose, like, gets really confused, uncomfortable, and it happens often, but that was kind of an extreme situation. So I said, okay, what is your feeling? How do you envision yourself working with me then? She said, what about like I can book one session, maybe we can do something with one session. It's like, well, I know that's not gonna work. You might feel good when you talk to me on this one session. We can like scratch the surface, but it's not gonna create any big changes in your life. So what I can offer, and I usually offer to my clients who have like financial struggles, so they like scared, you know, to invest in themselves, I offer 2-hour intensive first prior to 3 months program. And then it also counts if they satisfied, they're happy, if they're ready to go. Usually that's the case. They continue with 3 months program. That's a part of it anyway. So I offered that intensive for her just for 2 hours. Then she asked me how much, and I told her, and then I gave her a discount, which usually I don't do that on 2-hour intensives. It's a kind of a ridiculous price in terms of like investing in yourself. Okay, you can go shopping and you spend more. So I said, okay, but that was kind of my mistake. I stretched too much for her, like really being generous, really like trying to meet her there. And then she still was not happy about that. And she was still, then she fell completely into victim mode and completely like telling me all this, you know, what's going wrong in her life, you know, all these people who were betraying her, that she's you know, she doesn't have enough money, that money don't come easily to her, and all these stories. The more she tells me, I feel I'm also a human being, right? I start to feel I build up this resistance, I build up irritation, and I feel as my boundaries are being violated. So I feel like energetically I'm feeling like trapped, right? Okay, I'm trying to help, but it's still not enough. So it's still not like the more I'm trying to stretch, the less comfortable I feel. So at some point I said, okay, well, let's stop here. Let's stop here. And you know what? I just don't feel you're ready to work on yourself. I just don't feel you're ready to break that point when you can start investing in yourself, start giving yourself, start providing yourself with support, allowing yourself to receive support so you can change something. So that you are not ready, I don't feel you're ready, and I also don't feel I'm the right coach for you right now, so it's not gonna work. Now she starts to go back and replay the same song again. Then she said, no, I really want to work with you. Please, you know, give me a chance. I want to work with you. I'm 100% committed, you know. And she starts to say all these good things about myself. So, and as soon as we approach the money, the payment, this is when she starts to fall again into victim mode. Like, okay, that's not gonna work. We're not gonna replay this again. So please take your time, go and contemplate on this, and work, do the initial work. So because the coaches are not supposed to break the walls of the clients, of potential clients. If the client is not ready, if they're like pure wall. There is no opening. We are not supposed to break the walls. We only work with people who already have an opening. Even if it's a small opening, this is already a way to connect and a way to allow the transformation to happen. This is how it works. So I really put the boundary finally. That was a great lesson for me too, as a coach, to keep very firm boundaries and not allow myself to stretch too far when I feel like my boundary is violated. You know, I'm a human being too. I'm making living out of help, you know, serving others and helping others. So I have to keep my boundary. That was a big lesson for me. But I had to say no, and I will never come back to work with this person again. I don't feel we're a good match. So now I invite you to pay attention of how you are feeling personally right now. This is a good moment to check in with yourself and ask yourself, am I triggered? Am I triggered by this story? And then the second question is, how are you triggered? So you can be on either one side or another side. The one side is you are in my shoes, right? Maybe you are a coach, maybe you are a healer or therapist, or maybe you have business or some profession when you have to serve others, give others. And you have the situation when somebody is pushing your boundaries really hard and you felt like me. Or maybe that's in a relationship. Like sometimes it's like in relationship, a narcissist, you know, husband or partner who is pushing your boundaries really hard, and you keep giving in, you keep stretching, and it's never enough. So this is when, if you are in this situation, if you're triggered that way, this is a great lesson to pay attention. When we do that, when we stretch too far, from our true feelings, like when we feel, well, that something is wrong, when we allow others violate our boundaries, we give away our power, we drain our energy, and we start to go to self-doubt because we feel, wow, why is it happening? I'm generous, I'm giving, I'm kind. Why I'm feeling this way? It's not, doesn't feel right. But the key is that we allow this to happen. We allow these people to violate boundaries. So we can say no, we can say stop much earlier than we feel like really suffocated, right? So that is for us. Plus we're feeding this vampire energy. Somebody's feeding on our energy, right? It's a subconscious. It's not like they want to. They're not bad people. They're just in self-deception mode. They're in a victim mode, and they're just being like recycled and recycled and recycled in that energy, right? And they need more energy because they just it's the way to process energy in a negative way that doesn't serve anybody. But they keep needing that new energy, it's a needy energy. Now, that's one situation. Now you can find yourself on the opposite side. And that happens pretty often, right? And usually people who feel triggered that way, they don't want to tolerate, you know, the lesson. They don't want to tolerate the truth. So you might just stop this video and unsubscribe from my list. And that's totally fine. If that's how you feel, this is what you're gonna do, I'm totally fine with that. Now, if you keep watching, that's the sign you have that opening that I was talking about. You are not a bad person. You're beautiful inside. But your external reactions is all about defending yourself. It's about proving that things are unfair, that somebody is treating you wrong, that you don't get what other people get. You're wondering what is going on, why other people have all these things and I don't. Why other people have good relationship, beautiful partners, love, you know, they're adored, and I am like a beautiful woman and I don't have money, I don't have partner, you know, my career, I have challenges with my career, So there is pain behind it. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's all about accepting where you are and saying, okay, this is where I am. I'm being vulnerable and honest with myself beforehand. And making a decision to change, making a decision to do something different than you always do and create that change. And that is the opening that we're looking for. That is the opening that actually can help you or somebody else. Maybe there are beautiful coaches and therapists out there. They can help you to finally destroy that wall together. Because if you don't want to destroy this wall, nobody can do it for you. So instead of like reacting and externalizing, being in a reactive mode and blaming others, judging others, victimizing yourself, complaining, judging, you can say stop. You can pause your reaction and go internal and track your feelings to their origin. Say, have I felt it before, and when was the first time I felt it? You can do this little exercise to find out where it comes from. There are layers and layers and layers of negative experience that made you feel stuck in this victim mode, in this painful place. And nobody can help you until you will allow people to help you. Nobody can just come and rescue you, right? You have to initiate that. You have to give it to yourself first. And this is how it works. You give it to yourself, saying, okay, I need help. Go and ask for help. Go and give it to yourself. You feel you need help. Are you worthy of paying a fee for somebody who is there for you, who is somebody who wants to help you, who somebody is qualified, really good, that you trust? This is how it works. It never comes the opposite way. The prince and the white horse doesn't exist, doesn't come to rescue you. So that is the lesson for today, and that is my message. And I don't mind the way you react. You can react the way you feel you react, that's fine. But that is the truth. That is the authenticity. That is the vulnerability. And that is the challenge, right? To hear the truth. So I don't know how you react. You might feel in my shoes. You might feel in shoes in the client I described. But it's up to you what you do next.